Hey, what's up YouTube and welcome to a strange vlog where I'm gonna talk to you about a game I made in 2 days. Everything started when Godot 4 came out. This was huge because this was the first official beta release of Godot 4, and this one also includes the first .NET build version, so that's perfect for me. Basically, the main project I'm working on right now is built under Godot 3.5 and C#, so I was waiting for Godot 4 C# support, and there it is. So I felt like it's a good idea to try it under a new project so I can test all the things. Final goal is to convert volunteers to Godot 4, but that's not for this video. Alright, so I decided to participate to Ludum Dare, which is a game jam event that allows you to create a game in 48 hours, and we are in October. It's in October. That's perfect, I'd say. Let's do it. Do it! Let's start by the day 1. First thing first, I started by creating a small player with the capsule. The world needed a gravity system, so I created a small one that is not perfect, but that's good enough with a small platform so the player can fall on something. Next, I wanted my game to be a first-person player, so I have added the first-person camera with a jump system allowing the player to jump. Alright, so the theme of this event was every 10 seconds, so I decided to create a big wall that moves forwards every 10 seconds. So your goal is to reach the end of the map before the wall catches you. I've also added checkpoints, so whenever you fall from a level, just come back to the center of this level, so that's easier to progress in the game. Next thing I wanted is to add a little bit of atmosphere, so I drew this little guy that always looks at you. For that, I used the billboard effect from Godot. I think the result is pretty nice. I got you, so I've added a lot of these little guys everywhere. They spawn randomly on the floor of the map, and I think that adds a lot to the overall ambient of the game. Halloween is coming, so I was looking for something a little bit spooky. Then I decided to upgrade a little bit my fog wall because I wasn't satisfied with the results. So instead, I went with particle system, and I think that looks way better. This is a lot chaotic, and this is what I'm looking for. This is way more scary, I think, when the wall will move forwards. I've also changed the sky, so it adds a little bit to the ambient of the game with the scary dark red that is in the sky. The next thing was to build a house and ants for my game. Well, to be fair, the ants won't make it because I didn't like them. I modeled them, but I don't like them at all. They are awful. So day 2, the first thing I wanted to do is to replace the character that I drew. I felt like the other one was nice but was too happy for the ambient I was looking for, so I feel like this one fits more the atmosphere that I want. I've also started to create some levels so I can start to play with the game a little bit to see the mechanics that I want and everything. The game will basically be a mix of a platformer and probably some puzzles. Like this one, for example, I continue to create levels, and this one was a maze, so I think that's pretty cool. I did my best to make it interesting to go through, and first of all, I mean, there is 3 ways to reach the exit, so I think that's enough. So after I created all of these levels, I put them all together in a global map, and I think we're good to go. That's about it. We have a playable game. Spoiler alert, there is a little bit more that I did in the game, but I don't want to show you everything in the devlog. I kind of want you to enjoy it in the playthrough, so if you want to make the game, just pause the video here and enjoy it, else we're gonna do a playthrough right now. That's about it. This is my game that I did for the Ludum Dare event. This was really fun to make. It was a rough weekend, to be honest, but really worth it. I'm happy with the results. This is my first game that I released and also my first game jam event. So for the first one, I think that's pretty good. I mean, there is some stuff I would have changed. For example, the player controller is a little bit weird. I mean, I know that a lot of people are having trouble with the gravity of my system, but that's fine. And also I would have liked to include the mouse sensitivity setting, but that's fine for now. Well, that's all I had to show for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and we're gonna see each other on the next one.